It is officially Halloween season, and I have this Halloween burst style tumbler tutorial for you today. If you are new here, my name is Allison, and here on the channel I post weekly tutorials and do a weekly live stream to help you become a more confident tumbler maker. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you can be the first one to see any new tutorials. A while back, I posted a tutorial doing a unicorn burst tumbler. And since that style kind of came about, a lot of people have been doing kind of like a burst style tumbler. I see this woman on TikTok, her name is Kim. She does them all the time. And it gave me some inspiration to create a Halloween themed one. As a naturally not Halloween kind of person, when I got my Halloween glitter from Glitzy Kreations, I was like, I have to find a way to use these glitters. So I went with the Halloween burst, and I can't wait to show you the step-by-step. Let's get started. I started with this 30 ounce from Craft Haven, and I prepped and base coated it with black spray paint. Then I let it dry for 48 hours, and I'm using Bright Tone and a Taklon brush to apply my glitter. I like to brush on the Bright Tone. The brush and all of the supplies that I use are linked in the description box below, as well as some discount codes that you may want to use. Once I get my Bright Tone covering the cup, it is time to apply my glitter. This is called Hocus Pocus from Glitzy Kreations. When you do the burst style, you want to give a guide of where you want that middle burst to be, and then you want to tilt your cup towards the top and towards the bottom so you can have that glitter fade into whatever color you decide to use. So you do want to kind of exaggerate this burst and make it a little bit bigger than you think you want it to end up. So just tilting your cup back and forth, getting that glitter to fade, make it a little bit bigger than you think you want it to be in the end, because then you're going to go in with your other color. I am using a black glitter from Glitzy Kreations called Midnight. I actually think that this burst would look good just on the spray paint without the black glitter as well, but I did go in with this Midnight black and tilted my cup towards the middle of the burst so the black would fade into that chunky mix. Once I got full coverage, I let it dry for 4 hours and went in with my dry brush. Then you can seal your tumbler with the glitter glue. I like to use a damp brush, and in this one I just kind of went around the middle first so I didn't get much movement with the glitter. It doesn't usually move too much, but I didn't want any of that middle glitter to end up towards the top or the bottom. So I just sort of did them separately. And again, a wet brush just helps it spread a little bit easier. Once you get your tumbler fully covered with the glitter glue, it is a little bit watery and very, very thin. So you do want to let this spin for about 2 hours. If you let it hang dry, it could drip. So I always put it on my cup turner to let it dry for 2 hours. Once it's dry, you can roll it in parchment paper. This is just to help get that glitter nice and flat. So roll it in parchment paper and use your hands against the table, pushing it down really hard with a good amount of pressure so you can get that glitter nice and flat. Because I used a chunky glitter, I'm actually going to seal it a second time. This time is really just to get that glitter nice and flat to cut down on the amount of coats of Bright Tone that I will need for this tumbler. So just the exact same process. You're going to coat your tumbler with the glitter glue and let it spin for 2 hours. This is an optional step for any tumbler, but I do like to do it for my chunky glitters. Once it's dry, you're going to roll it in parchment paper again, and then you're going to start your coats of Bright Tone. You're going to go through the entire process of your coats and sanding so you can get a smooth surface. All right, to do the power wash technique, you're going to need a smooth surface. So right after a fresh sand, I will do a few coats of this clear spray paint and just let it dry for about an hour, and then you can go in with your power wash. I didn't want to get any of my black spray paint on this chunky glitter, so I saturated the middle part with power wash and just randomly did it on the top and bottom, and then I sprayed the top and the bottom with my black spray paint, rinsed it off, and then you get that really cool power wash pattern. You need to let this dry for about 48 hours, and then I went ahead and added my decal. I cut this with vinyl from the Vinyl People on something that I didn't want to make too much noise. I wanted it to sort of blend in so you could only just see it a little bit, so you wouldn't miss the rest of the details. After I got my vinyl on, I did my coats of Bright Tone. You're going to finish up this tumbler with about 3 coats of Bright Tone, give it a sand just over the vinyl, and then do another 3 or 4 coats to finish up your cup. Remember, there's no set amount of layers. You're just going to keep going until you are satisfied. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on how to do the power wash technique, make sure you click that video on your screen right now.